and welcome back to Wicked Ones Tarot. My name's Carmen, and I am thinking it's time to do a karma reading. I channeled the song for the reading today with, well, I'm tempted to play a little of it. It's one of my favorite songs, especially when it's done by Johnny Cash. This was the Nine Inch Nails version, but Hurt is the song that I got for today's reading. And in particular, like the opening lines, I hurt myself today to see if I still feel. I focus on the pain, the only thing that's real. The needles tear a hole, the familiar or the old familiar sting. Try to kill it all away, but I remember everything. What have I become? So the next line is my sweetest friend, which kind of helps me zero in on the energy here. I feel like we are dealing with a situation where somebody is feeling a little guilty or remorseful over something they did to somebody that actually cared about them. I keep forgetting the wind chime, so we're going to call in spirit, but I'm going to do like kind of a quieter one. A little bit of wind chime time. It's just like a little bit too loud in this. I think it's because it's a smaller room. In my old place, I had elevated, like vaulted ceilings. So I think there was maybe a little bit less annoyance with that one. All right, and I think we're going to draw the overall energy card today from the Dark Goddess Oracle. All right, what do we have for this karma reading? Today's karma reading by Carmen. Ooh. Ooh, I hope she's Norwegian. Oh shit, I don't have the book. All right, so we have Scotty, and the word is atonement. You guys, am I allowed to say that thing? That I can't make this shit up. Somebody is regretful, and they're, hi Lynn, how are you? They are facing some karma for doing some shit they knew better. Like, this is giving me vibes of somebody who normally they're very cognizant when they make the wrong choice, right? Like, I know this is probably what I should be doing, but this looks like so much more fun to me. So let's learn a little bit more about this person, shall we? I think we'll go with the Golden Lenormand. I hope you're having a wonderful day so far, especially you, Lynn. Ooh, hello, Moon Goddess. How are you? Blessings right back to you. Especially after such a crazy portal. I don't know if any of you guys are a little extra tired after the week we've had. It's been a little crazy. I had to take a nap today, but that's what Saturdays are for, right? All right, what else do we have for this karma reading? Ooh, so we have good luck with the clover. And the lady. So this could be the friend that has been betrayed or the person that experienced, whatever negative behavior has resulted in some bad karma here. Because if we have somebody that I view this as like a lucky lady, right? So this is somebody that would likely then probably get a little bit of jealousy out of the people around them. Because if you're lucky, sometimes people don't really take that, very kindly. Oh, also, I just had to say, I had to represent the Iowa Hawkeyes. I know I'm from Minnesota. I might get some hate from some Minnesotans because Iowa and Minnesota are not necessarily best friends in the football world. But yeah, I had to represent the Hawkeyes. All right, let's see. What else do we have? All right, well, lucky lady, it looks like we have a situation where somebody feels like you had good timing. I think on a departure. So you may be seen as lucky in terms of finances and perceptive in terms of when it's the right time to get out of Dodge, right? I don't know why I'm seeing it that way, but I feel like this bouquet is more so like a celebration, kind of like a send off because of the boat, right? There was some sort of well-timed travel here for this feminine energy, and it's making her come across to others as like what I just saw in my third eye is like the scene from Jurassic Park that I quote the most, which is when the like sniper dude is in the woods next to the building where gosh, I can't remember the actress's name. Anyways, he's hunting, I believe, like a female T-Rex or a female raptor, and it's around the time frame in the movie when the guy gets, like, stuck in the, like, electrical thing underground, and he realizes just before he expires that he's been caught and that she snuck up on him, and he says, "Clever girl." And I love that line because it's like it's a respect for your opponent in a deadly situation, right? Like, you got me. You bested me. I feel like that's the situation here. Somebody is like a little bit shocked at a kind hearted person in terms of how intelligent they come across in difficult situations and their ability to dip out. Like, this is somebody who knows what Irish goodbye means. All right, let's see. Mm, We're going to go with the gold foil tarot next. All right, we have the Four of Cups in the reverse and the Queen of Swords. So I'm reading for somebody here who has a very strong ability to defend their boundaries. It's almost like a little too reflective for you guys. uh, we have the Four of Cups in the reverse, I feel, because it's it's giving me like intimidating but alluring. Like this feels to me like a feminine energy that yeah, you're seen as lucky and there might be people that are envious of you, but there's something that people can't get enough of you. Like your personality, maybe you're extremely funny, maybe you just have this like really uplifting energy. Maybe you have the sarcasm that would excel in stand-up comedy, whatever it is, people acknowledge that you are somebody not to fuck with, but you are also pretty dang fun. Like this is some badass energy. I like it. And I feel like again, this luck feels more so in money to me, or like there's been an ability to do something that people didn't think you could do because of the financial element, but you didn't. And I feel like it's you moving away or leaving somehow, you know? Like, hey, what's up, Bob? We've got the Hermit and the Three of Cups. To me, this is like, yeah, thanks for the invite. Not really down to party right now. You guys have a great time. I have important things to tend to. I know it's important. I have a business I'm building, or a home I'm building, or I'm settling into a new place, something like that, right? And I feel like this feminine energy is quite comfortable in solitude. Now, maybe we need to be a little bit cautious with that, right? We don't come to this world to just hang out with ourselves as much as you might like your own company. All right, what else do we have? All right, here's where the drama starts, you guys. So we have somebody who's decided to kind of move away from a community, right? Um, Somebody here has reinforced the boundaries that they had up after a situation tempted them to lower those boundaries. And there's an effort here to kind of like take a little bit of time to actually quiet the noise, like sorry for continuing to use my own example. Oh, I'm glad to hear it, Moon Goddess. But like, I don't know if you guys if you guys have noticed, but there haven't been any cop sirens or um, car alarms, random yelling in the background. I don't know if you guys even heard that, but it's so much quieter out here. And I feel like that's what this person is going through. There is a sense that there was a really busy social cycle or a really busy social calendar that somebody was just like, I know how to get some alone time. Delete. See you later. Because we've got the Ace of Wands in the reverse and the Five of Swords in the reverse. This is like, I don't actually want to talk to you anymore. And I changed my phone number. Like, it's a deadlock on the door in your face. This is not a question mark or somebody who's indecisive. This is, I know what makes me happy. I know where my peace can be found, and it's with myself. So I'm gonna go hang out with myself. Ace of Swords on the bottom of the deck. All right, let's see. What else do we have? So hidden energy. Is it hidden? I bet you have a little bit of a suspicion here. Five of Cups. This is such a beautiful depiction because I don't know if you can tell there's like a purpley black to the robe that he's wearing or the jacket. Excuse me. Too much Dr. Pepper. And I love that it's such a contrast to the background, which is almost empty. There's a building back there, but there's not a lot going on. So basically, you're not the only hermit. You, I feel, are choosing the solitude because you know that it will heal you or provide you with some tranquility. Maybe you're weird and you like to do things like roller skate or dance to yourself in the kitchen. Whatever it is, there's something here where somebody is like refilling their own cup because they just enjoy their own company. And this person, by contrast, this person who has regrets, this person who is getting atonement, they are very upset at the three cups that they have turned over. They're upset that there are no celebrations, there are no reunions. These three cups right here, not a thing anymore because somebody dipped. Somebody was like, no, 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 no. I already have my one-way ticket purchase. It's cool. And there's like nothing this person has to look forward to right now, which is really kind of sad. This person doesn't have anything bright. It's just looking down at those three cups they lost. And I feel like because this is coming out with the Four of Cups in the reverse, there was somebody that was trying to make a change here. It's like somebody saw that things were going south and they wanted to fix it, but they did it the wrong way. It's like they Tommy Boyed it. If you haven't seen that movie, I'm personally offended. We have the Empress in the reverse, and this is clarifying the Queen of Swords. I feel like I'm reading for somebody who has dealt with somebody close to them, a friend or a partner, that was basically trying to demonstrate that they were on your same level, and you quickly caught on and saw that what they were really doing was trying to hide their true nature. And every once in a while, that mask would slip, and you would see the Empress in the reverse tendencies like being a little bit unkind, maybe wishing ill upon you, or not being generous in the way that they had said. So, for example, somebody who would like to promise you something generous and then they take it back because you say something they don't like, things like that. A little bit of like emotional manipulation. And as a result, this previously, inner circle friend or lover, Six of Swords in the reverse, is now being shown the door. There's no way to resolve this. We are not going to move this into smoother waters because I don't like your waters to begin with. You can stay over there. I'm not interested. And with the World in the reverse, clarifying the Hermit, there is a sense here that even in your solitude, there are people who are trying to find a way back in, right? So if you had closed the door on a relationship, said, this is not really what I need right now. Let's just, walk away, no hard feelings. Or if there were friends that you said, it just kind of feels like we're going in different directions. Whatever it is, there are people now who seem to want to come running back. They're like maybe even skipping the apology part or trying to apologize, but then they follow it up with, I was only being a dickbag because you were kind of rude, like, oh, that's a really lovely apology. Where did you learn how to do a non-apology like that? Do you also put lipstick on pigs? Because I'd love to see that too. But if you're trying to show up for somebody and you're trying to establish a real connection, then make a real apology or don't make one at all. You can say something and not mean it, and somebody's going to find that out because your behavior is not going to change. So either don't play at that league or play at that league, right? And I feel like there are people that found that out from this person, this hermit energy, this lucky lady. There's something about boundaries being respected, but not necessarily at the outside. It's like somebody has this recurring issue where people just don't really believe that you're capable of like manning that station with your boundaries. Like I don't know if you can see the expression very well on this Queen of Swords, but I feel like she doesn't look very scary. Like, I could probably take you. What are you, like 5'3"? What's up? You're wearing like a weird dress, so you're probably gonna trip over it anyways. Like, I feel like somebody gets underestimated because mostly what people see them as is generous or kind, but they don't realize that you can black swan that shit and bring out that black swan whenever you need to because you know how to protect your healing. You know that if you let somebody in and they don't respect you or they apologize and then do the same thing over again, that it's just going to get you stuck in a karmic cycle. So you're like, eh, you're like that flavor of cheese I don't like. And there's like 8,000 other flavors of cheese. So I'm just going to go get one of those other flavors of cheese. But hey, nice eating you. Golden Art Pro, anyone? This is the Mexican opal, by the way. It's one of my favorite crystal rock thingies. I never know when I'm supposed to use which word. Oh, I keep forgetting to ask for likes and subscribes, but I feel like most of you do that anyways for me, so thank you. I appreciate that. All right, what else do we need to know about this person getting karma? They're in their feels, they're feeling some regret, and they know that they have lost somebody loyal or that they have been disloyal because we have the Queen of Pentacles in the reverse. There may be some fear that their reputation will be impacted by whatever might get out regarding their behavior towards you. And with the King of Wands clarifying the Empress in the reverse, this is giving me like somebody who is argumentative and wanting to like fight people over this. This is somebody who would not, they would not know how to spell accountability. again, like apologies would be combined with blaming you, or gaslighting would be something they could teach a, college course on. Argumentative, Five of Wands. I feel like this person who's getting karma, this is somebody who uses emotional manipulation and drama involving other people to either be entertained or to control people. So, this, for example, could be somebody who enjoys putting people that they are dating into competition to see how that like happens, right? Like, how do you hang? Like, can you actually be chill, or are you gonna lose your temper? I want to see. It's just like this is somebody who should be on reality television. They would do well. Whoop. All right, the Tower and the King of Pentacles in the reverse. This is clarifying the Emperor in the reverse and the Three of Wands. So I feel like there are plans that this individual had made. They were based on greed or a need to kind of like prove themselves to be like superior or better than you. And this underlying intent is bringing about that karma that we heard about. That tower feels like somebody who's losing something very important. This could be somebody whose car breaks down, somebody whose, rental agreement doesn't get renewed, whatever it is. Like, I'm not wishing that on anybody. But we have somebody here who's learning a major lesson because they had the information. They knew this was against their better judgment and they did something anyways. And if we have a lucky lady, there's a pretty good chance that this is somebody who is protected, i.e., maybe like an earth angel. All right, we're going to continue with the beginner tarot. One of these things that this card offers is always having a number, even when this is so perfect, even when it's not a numbered card, right? The Queen isn't a number, but it has the number 4. So for those of you that, don't necessarily need to have 50 separate tarot card decks and want to know which one to buy, I do really like this one because you can use it to ask number related questions as well. Because of course then every card has a number on it. All right, what else do we have regarding this person getting their karma? Eight of Wands. Take action on your ideas. Life is moving ahead. The word that really sticks out to me here is speed, which makes a lot of sense because generally when I look at the Eight of Wands, what I see is fast-moving information or action. So there's something here that's happening with the quickness, and I feel like it's kind of making somebody's head spin. This is giving me the vibes of somebody who, gets that intuition like, no, that's actually like a horrible idea. I shouldn't do that. Oh, but it's so delicious. I'm going to do it anyways. I'm going to be a petty Betty. Ah! And they go and they petty Betty it up. And then 30 minutes later, they get like a surprise bill or something weird like that. And they're like, shit, that can't be. Is that because? No. Or even worse, wishing ill, like some specific ill on somebody, like, I wish you would lose your job. And then they do some crazy shit like that. There's something here where somebody feels like the speed with which something happened is not a coincidence. Wow. So we have Temperance in the reverse and the Chariot. This is like speedy instability. Like, oh, that's cute. You thought you were like balanced really well in that balance beam. I'm just going to shove you off real quick. Oh, sorry. This is like no joke, and somebody is kind of reeling from it. So we have the sun coming out, and often I see this card as happiness or, maybe somebody who makes you happy, but really this is coming out as there's information that is glaringly obvious now. There is something that this person who is getting karma was trying to hide, maybe characteristics or traits of them. Like, I have a little devil that I like to listen to occasionally. It is exposed. There is no hiding their true character right now. And I feel like this is somebody who's used to not being seen or not being figured out, but they're dealing with, oh, golly. Oh man, who are you? You are a beast. We have the Nine of Pentacles and the Wheel of Fortune. Okay, so here's what's fun about these numbers too. We have 10, 9, 10. I feel like the way you handled this situation is what levels you up to boss level. Because you're the Nine of Pentacles, whoever I'm reading for. You figured out some information, you brought it forward, you made it glaringly obvious. Maybe you're just a blunt MFer like me, and you're like, sweetie, I know what you're doing. You're doing some gaslighting, and I'm not here for it. So, would you like to try it again? Whatever it is, you were like not messing around, and you called this person out. And I think in particular, we have the Nine of Pentacles coming out because they saw you as a prize or somebody that they could potentially mooch off of or take off of. And they didn't realize that when you're the Nine of Pentacles, you also have that hawk right there. And what does that hawk represent? Spirit, giving you those intuitive messages or warnings about people who want to take your nine pentacles. Lay off my pentacles. I saw you coming a mile away. And then what do we have? Ding dong, the witch is dead. Karma. Somebody was warned, somebody knew they shouldn't have done this, and they did it anyways. And now they're like, oh, yeah, that's probably why my intuition was telling me not to mess with this person. Because sometimes you can get away with the same little song and dance for 5, 10 years, pull it on 8, 10 people, and then you mess with the wrong one. Then you mess with the Nine of Pentacles who listens to their intuition and isn't afraid to broadcast your shit, you know? So I feel like this Nine of Pentacles gave this Five of Cups the opportunity to make a better choice or to choose the better path. Like, hey, let's be real. This is what I see happening right now. And I feel like you're capable of doing this. Do you want to like shift gears and go over here? Or are we going to still play these mind games? So then I'm going to like walk away and we're going to call it quits, right? And with the strength in the reverse, I feel like we had somebody that just was not up to the task. Either the temptation was too great, they were just too used to that particular approach or that motion that they couldn't make that change. They couldn't do the right thing. Okay, and then we have the Five of Cups again. My guess would be we have a question about karma. There might be something that you are holding on to that is blocking the end of one chapter and the beginning of a new chapter. So, for example, there are a couple of friends of mine that I've been trying to encourage to let go of a bad friend or a bad relationship because there might be some block to them on the financial side of things because this person would take that from them. So, It could be that you are delaying the onset of that new chapter because you're not letting go of somebody who's holding you back. That would be the first thing that I would look at. But I would also encourage you to change up a little bit the way you phrase things. Not trying to tell you how to live your life or speak, but I always try to specify that I do care about people. I don't need to be in their energy to show that I care about them, but I still wish them the best. So when there are people that have done me wrong, all I wish upon them is healing. I hope you learn your lesson. I hope you process that shit and I hope you find your happiness. It's just not going to be with me there. And when we approach it that way, it's probably a little bit um, easier for you as well. You know, I can't tell you how nice it is to know that when I tell somebody that I'm not happy with how things went, if I get out of control, I feel it's really important to apologize and get to the point where we can resolve things without me feeling like I can't sleep at night the next night because of how I acted, right? We always want to show the love and compassion that we're made of, not reflect back the negative energy that we see from other people. So we have the Five of Cups clarifying temperance in the reverse. Somebody is now, I feel like this is somebody who is a little bit pleased with themselves for what they were trying to accomplish or what they thought they were going to be accomplishing in terms of pulling one over on you. And they didn't realize just how lame it was what they did to you until they started seeing this karma roll in. And now they're seeing this regret and remorse, right? Like there's a difference between I feel bad for what I did because I shouldn't have done it and I know I shouldn't have done it, or I feel bad because now bad is happening to me, right? The High Priestess. This is clarifying the Chariot. Trust your own counsel first. This is so perfect, you guys, because if you recall at the beginning of the reading, I said, this lucky lady, this lucky feminine energy dipped at the right time. There's something about like a going away party or a bon voyage or like see you later because she knew shit was going to hit the fan. But did she tell everyone? No, probably not. Probably not everyone. Maybe a select few. But this is clarifying the Chariot. Somebody knew very quickly how to handle a situation and that it was going to come to a pretty like fiery resolution, right? It was going to be a little bit scary and removed themselves. We have the Lovers clarifying the Sun and the Ten of Wands, along with the Two of Pentacles in the reverse. So for some of you, it feels to me like you were dealing with somebody that was unwilling to make decisions based on what would make them happy. In other words, I feel like you were dealing with somebody that let other people make those decisions for you. Like, I really want to buy that car, but my mom said I should probably get the more affordable one. Well, I mean, if you're 42, maybe you should be making that decision on your own. There's something here about caring a little bit too much about what other people think. One thing that I'm really focusing in on in terms of this Two of Pentacles in the reverse is the very first phrase, forced gaiety. Somebody here, yeah, I know what you want to do. You want to make a joke there. I do too. But this is somebody who's trying to pull it off as if they are not hurt by their own actions when I think a decent amount of people can see there's something going on. This is somebody who knows how to wear a mask. This is somebody who did something to try to mess with somebody they cared about. And I feel like the remorse is starting to eat at them. They might be seeing a lot of reminders of this person. And we've got the Ten of Wands, right? Burden. Somebody is burdened by their own actions. And I feel like by the expectation of consequences, it's not just going to be financial. All right, we're gonna grab some kipper because, kipper's a little brutal. All right, sorry. Oh, no worries. I didn't mean to get on my little pedestal there. You are absolutely welcome to vent here. Don't you worry. I just try to keep things a little bit light because, you know, I could also teach a class on how to be a petty Betty. I can get quite creative with how to mess with people, but it's like I leave it at the Lindsay Lohan stage, like in Mean Girls, where she would have little flashbacks to how people, or whatever, how Africa would handle it because she came from Africa. So weird. And I'm commenting on the fact that a white girl came from Africa, but I realize there's South Africa too. So I don't know. I just feel like it's good and healthy to address the fact that we feel frustrated with something, but there's also something so delicious about knowing that I can walk away from something and it'll get handled, right? It's like sometimes what helps me not lean into that is just like picturing those scenes in movies where some explosion is happening in a building behind them. And wait a second, I have a prop for this. You just like put on your sunglasses and like walk away from the explosion. Like you're too cool. You don't have to look back. You like that? Like that's what I feel like this high priestess energy is, right? Like, no, here's what my boundaries are. You crossed them. I warned you. You did it again. So I left. I knew what was going to happen. I knew that I couldn't trust you, so I left. And now there's some explosion happening behind me because, like, you mess with the wrong one, and I don't have to look around because I know what's going on. And I would rather focus on my happiness, right? That's what this divine feminine is focused on. All right, what else do we need to know here? So we have the main female. So this would generally be like the protagonist, right? So this is probably our divine feminine. We have concern, coffin, wealthy man in the reverse, distant horizons. I told you somebody picked up and left. And mature man. All right, so remember, the coffin can signify an ending. This could be kind of like an Eight of Cups card, right? Especially because we have the distant horizons card in the next little line here for us. But what I really see here is I feel like this is the divine feminine being disappointed in somebody's behavior because that behavior was a red card. Sorry, you're out. You're done. You don't get to play in the game of divine feminine. Pass revoked. And then we have wealthy man in the reverse, distant horizons, and mature man. So divine feminine, you know what I see here? I see somebody who thought they could ride your coattails or not have to work as hard because you work hard, losing you putting distance in between you and them, and then somebody else coming in. Hey, you guys, check this out. This is like prop reading. Look at, he's got a globe just like mine. I love it. So I feel like there's another masculine coming in because you have been able to end a situation that was not right for you. Now, does this have to be romantic? It doesn't have to be, but it sure as hell could be. Especially because we've got hearts coming in. How's it going, Ambit? And Christina. All right, it's time for a sip of Dr. Pepper. Yeah, I wasn't sure if I was going to be on tonight, you guys. I had a bit of a headache. Lots of energy this week, you know? All right, let's get a couple more from the Kipper. We have occupation in the reverse, pathway, and unexpected income in the reverse. That's like basically what I just said. With a little addition here with the pathway, I feel like somebody knew that this divine feminine, lucky girl, was on her path, right? On her north node, doing what she needed to do, and she would get the financial gain that comes with that. But this person didn't feel like working. This person doesn't want to contribute the way that you do. This person thought that they could just get some income off of you, and they're not going to get it. They were expecting that because they thought that they could, pull one over on you and you wouldn't see through them. But I want to get some more information on this mature man because, who doesn't enjoy encountering a mature man? Those are the best kind. All right. We have foe in the reverse. Interesting. I always take that when we have the foe in the reverse. It comes across to me as somebody that you initially didn't get along with, or somebody that maybe you had like an extended, like, I don't know about you. I don't think I'm gonna and then you like run into him again. You're like, actually, you're all right with me. That's cool. Okay, so we have a mature man who maybe at first you didn't really get along with, but there's something here about where they live or where you live. This could be somebody, if you've moved or if you're going on a vacation, this could be your like house style got a groove back situation. That's so perfect. I'm so glad to hear that. And thank you, Christina. I appreciate that. All right. Let's learn more about this mature man, shall we? So, love in the reverse, huh? What does that mean? So, this could be like a business partner. This could be somebody who wants to hire you or somebody who maybe leaves you something. We have enemy and malady. But we have foe in the reverse. All right, this is a little bit weird, you guys, but here's what I see. This comes across as somebody who has mistreated you despite caring deeply for you, who has had some sort of health issue arise. Now, we don't like to wish any ill upon anyone, right? But we've got something here where I think somebody is tempted to try to do something because they feel like you're responsible for their illness. So this wealthy man in the reverse, the person who wanted to ride your coattails, not being able to, and perhaps getting this karma that may even impact their health. It's put them in an angry energy. We have journey in the reverse and young woman in the reverse. This could have also resulted in somebody losing another relationship or potentially I feel like there's some implication here of what this person did to you in the community at large. Like there are rumors or gossip happening because somebody bragged about something and it's not happening. And then people are like, well, what do you mean you don't have that money? I thought you were getting money from that sugar mama or whatever. And then maybe a journey is canceled and it impacts another opportunity and love for this person. It's like everything is getting tainted by what they did because people hear about it somehow. All right, we're gonna grab a couple of the zodiac fortune telling cards, and then I think what I'll do is keep this one a little bit shorter and come back and do another reading that's a little bit more, what are the good things happening for you instead of what's going on with this person who messed with you. All right, so you have very good friends. So even though we're talking about a situation here where somebody wronged you and they're getting their comeuppance, it looks like Spirit wants to remind you that you don't need to look at everybody like they're going to wrong you or betray you. You do have good friends. An unexpected will, oh, the unexpected will happen. A short trip is coming. So, for those of you that did not move, you might have a vacation or a trip coming up that you didn't expect. This could be to visit somebody that you want to see because you are worried about them. That's literally the card I was hoping would come out, you guys. Someone is ill, but they will recover. So if you are visiting somebody that you care about who is ill, yes, go give them your support, be there for them. But don't get all moan and like cry and like, oh God, what's going to happen? They're going to be okay. All right, let's get one more for you. You are good, but people misunderstand you. That should be like the tagline of my channel, don't you think, you guys? I feel like that's most of us, right? Um, there is definitely an element here, I think, of people misunderstanding your boundaries. Maybe they think you think you're better than people. Maybe they think you're a little bit of an asshole. I'm pretty sure there are people that think that about me. But you're good, and spirit knows you're good. And I feel like that's why you've got good karma and why you're seen as this lucky individual, right? So we'll get more into that luck hopefully later. It feels like my headache's probably gone, so it would be nice to get back on here a little bit later. Otherwise, I hope you guys are enjoying your Saturday and that you have a wonderful rest of your weekend. See you later.